Rowing-Pocast Dam. The dream, unless you've been to Rowing-Pocast. There we have some magnificent oarsmen cruising down the dam. Marcus Crowther, ex-South African lightweight. Look at that technique. Superb. Hello, testing. It is an autofocus. Autofocus now on Mo's face.
Oh, that's exciting. Please tell me something else other than my face.
Here we are with Imogen Mackey. She is the tux coach. She's backing. Oh yeah. She's backing Tux to take the boat race. She's been involved there for a while. Here we are at Rowing-Pocast Dam. Some old Edwardian crustaceans here, and one at least good-looking person to make this thing all worthwhile. So we were just catching up with Mo about just about the Olympics coming up, Tux University. She was an old Tux chick currently coaching them. And yeah, so you were saying about the boat race crew, eh? The chicks.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pull something through, hopefully. They've been doing quite nicely in the past little bit. Their camp, they're struggling a bit, but they're the tired. They've had quite a tough camp, quite a long camp.
Yeah.
But I think, I think they're gonna pull through if they keep the momentum going. Stay dedicated and stay moving in the right direction, as Tux would say, onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, capital up, UP. Took most of the girls quite a while to work that out, which was worrying, longer than normal.
So for us, that's never done a boat race up in Joburg. Like, I mean, I did my boat race stuff down in Grahamstown and in Cape Town. So you guys just rode Rowing-Pocast the whole time, basically.
Yeah,
we go away on camps and stuff.
We'd always have our starting camp at Bronkhorstspruit.
Okay.
Which was, no offense, I didn't quite like it. It was very, very cold. Everyone always got sick.
Okay.
We'd always have to end camp early because people were manned down. You'd have to climb into the water, which was never a fun task.
Climb into
when you put the boat, there were no jetties.
Okay.
It was very misty. Sometimes you'd wake up for session and you'd have to postpone the session for an hour because you couldn't see like 10 meters in front of you.
Okay, a little mist.
Yeah, and there was also spontaneous storms. So you go out and 30 seconds later you're in the middle of like Hurricane Katrina and you're rushing to get off the water. But yeah, no, it was always an adventure.
Yeah, okay.
But otherwise we just bang out the miles here.
Okay, so Bronkhorstspruit is obviously during the varsity holidays and then...
Yeah, so it's like the last little week of holidays.
Okay.
Just kind of getting the girls started back into the thing of rowing and give them a nice kick in the bum after
a bit of a break, yeah. It's the worst, yes, pulling an ergo trial like when you just first come in camp, that 5K.
That's the worst, like the biggest pain.
It kills you.
Yeah.
Okay, hectic, man, sure. And then, so, I mean, you guys don't row out here during the week, I suppose, or is it time for that sort of varsity?
Yeah, so especially for the Tux girls and boys, it's quite easy to get out here. It's a half-an-hour drive, if that. So, like, I'm trying to think back when, but it feels like I rode forever ago. It's worrying.
What have you thinking about
Yeah. I'm getting a bit of Alzheimer's now.
Shit.
But yeah, we would try and come out during the week whenever we could, whenever varsity allowed us to, and when the majority of the girls could, which was normally about like 2 times during the week.
Okay.
And then we'd come out on weekends as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit harder for the other universities to, especially like Wits and UJ, a bit tougher to come out here. They can only come out during the week.
Yeah, it's a bit further
during
out,
the weekend.
I remember doing long sessions, you know, we had long stretches of river, like on the Kawi and on Misverstand Dam, so we could just go, I mean, would you guys spend just going, I don't know, going up and down, or would you go around to the bridge and
there's a nice like 6Ks if you start at the top, head all the way down through to the bridge is a solid 6Ks.
Okay.
So that would kind of be our thing. Otherwise, closer to boat race time, what we did was, we have quite an awesome cox, Jason Hunter, just saying.
If you're watching this, Jason.
We'd come around and we'd try and do the whole lap we'd kind of turn around there without stopping. So he would steer us around, get like a nice solid loop. So before we hit the bridge, for the slalom course, just go around the dam, try without stopping, and then come
all the way back. Okay. So you actually get a decent amount, so and you had altitude, which is
so you can get quite a solid session in. But otherwise, the goal is to just kind of keep the break short and keep the miles long.
Keep the miles up there.
Yeah.
No, geez, that's cool. Yes. So I suppose that altitude is such a big advantage when you guys head down to Port Alfred. It's like ready to go. You know, you got like a whole extra lung to work with.
Like it's weird. As I think if you train up here, you don't really notice it.
Yeah.
When you go down there, you don't really notice it unless you go like. I don't really. It may just be me, but I don't really feel it when I'm rowing.
Okay.
But I feel it a lot if I'm running.
Okay. So, the altitude,
Like here, 6Ks all the time. Oh my goodness! And when I get down there, I'm like, I can actually do this. And then I think I'm like improved in rowing and running, and I come back and I die again.
And get back to the same level.
But I think it's more of a struggle for the coastal schools and universities to come up here than the other way around.
I mean, I rode all my school up here as well, and then when we went down to Buffalo, and like it was, it felt easy game, and then having gone to varsity down in Cape Town, coming up here for like SA Champs was like sucking gas like a flipping nightmare. Yes, man.
Yeah, it must be quite a struggle. But that's one reason that the Lesotho is such a nice place for the squad to train.
Because that's even, what height is that, It must be over 2.5 or 2. Is it over 3?
Yeah, I think it's over 3. I think, so that is on the money to train for.
Yeah.
And I think that's, it's really good, especially when they come back to sea level or even this level. It's quite a nice adjustment.
The adjustment just to come down to,
Yeah.
So there's like, there it's, we were saying earlier that there it's Zanin now, the land of speed.
Land of speed.
Dominating. I saw a post, John Smith saying he was rowing away from hippos or something. He was saying
that's a real thing. That is a very real thing.
That's mad. I reckon the Oaks training on the tideway or training in England for the Olympics must be bleak about that. Yes, having rowed there for a bit, it was pretty miserable.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it like rowing there?
It's just, the setup there is really good. So lots of boats, lots of support, lots of infrastructure, but the weather is just pretty miserable. So I think when people see people rowing in Africa, like on days like today, or going to Zanin with the hippos and stuff, I think people probably get jealous of that.
Yeah. Well, actually, when we went to Czech Republic in 2010, me and my friend were busy filling up with water, and there were a bunch of Americans behind us. And they were saying, I feel so sorry for the South Africans. It's so rural, and they don't really have dams to run and stuff. And I got so offended.
By the way.
Oh, and then they were like, because they were standing right behind us. I was like, do they even think we speak? Like, do they know we speak English? So I turned around and I was like, sorry, you do know that we speak English and we can understand everything you're saying. And they were like, kind of like, sorry,
really? So I didn't think we.
No.
Really?
And then I went to Bono and our coach at the time, and I said to her, I was so upset. I was like, I can't believe they said this. And she was like, you actually rode with hippos in Zanin. Like, it is pretty rural.
It is pretty rural, I suppose.
Like, thanks, and when you row here, you also see the buck and everything like that. So it is. I think it will be very difficult for someone from overseas to get used
come
to
through
it.
And get used to it. Yeah. No, it's flipping awesome out here.
But we so used to it. So.
Yeah. No, so I mean, all the Olympic guys are obviously gearing up their last little bit of camp in that.
Yeah.
And they'll be rowing away from the hippos and that.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Hopefully getting a little more speed.
Yeah, hopefully the hippos will make them a little bit faster. Well, as fast as they can be.
Yeah.
But so we were saying earlier, obviously, so we're hoping the men's double and the women's double should be up there for a medal, hey?
Yeah, I think that will be, I think that's kind of the goal for them. But I think everyone's
obviously
sort of hungry for medals.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But I think we should have a solid 5A finals.
Yeah. Because I heard on the radio recently, I don't know, the Minister of Sport or what was saying they're expecting South Africa to bring home 10 medals.
Yeah.
So 30% of that could be from one
most
sport.
Most of those come from rowing.
From rowing, which could be pretty wild. Yes.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what other events perform.
Yeah. It'd be good actually. I haven't really.
Very bad with other sports.
I know. Swimming, I think, is up in the mix there.
I think swimming's quite up there.
Yeah. Some athletics, I think. Wayne van Niekerk he's a 400 chap, eh? Yeah. The 400 main oak. But yeah, so let's hope those oaks go well, eh? I reckon. And in terms of your coaching, hey, you're just filling in at the moment. You're not doing.
Yeah.
You're not going to be coaching full time once.
No.
Guys come back and stuff. Eh?
Like for me, it's just away coaching the squad, helping out with the squad, coaching the 23s and the students. So it's a bit hectic. So I'm just helping out while he's away. And then I think James Thompson's going to take them through, once he gets back, he's going to take them through to boat race.
To boat race, okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad coach to have.
So yeah, no, he really has the wise words. He's helped us through so many boat races. I remember when I started at Tux, everyone, like most people, kind of assume that Tux is, especially the girls, that they've always just been like really solid.
Yeah.
But when I first came to Tux, I remember my first camp so clearly. There were 3 of us.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. No, actually, I lied. No, there were 4 of us, and I was the only first year.
Okay.
And we just I rode with Carmen Lamading, and we just rode the pair.
The pair.
Because there was like nothing else.
Really?
To ride.
Yes. Jeez, I didn't realize it was that bad.
And then over time, then for boat race, Megan Rosalind Smith was our captain, well, vice captain, but she took the role of captain.
Okay.
And she just recruited.
Okay.
And we just had open days and open days.
Open days, yeah. That's what you need.
And
That's
we managed to, and we'd make them fun. We'd have a braai. We painted the shed red. It was never red before.
Okay.
And we made it fun and exciting. And then all of a sudden, all these girls just appeared for boat race. And we lost our coach that year, just before USA. Our coach left.
Who was coaching you back then?
Grant Dodds.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then, he left, and we had to fend for ourselves. So we just, we learned. That's why I say now, if the coach isn't there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you can't train.
Yeah, exactly.
We still came out every single day and trained and did our best and got the miles done.
Yeah.
We may have not been rowing technically well, but at least we got the Ks in. And then...
And that's what it's about for boat race, especially. It's not... it's so different to training compared to a 2K race. It's a whole different mentality.
100%.
It's a whole different ball game. So I suppose the commitment compared to, obviously you need the technique and stuff, but the fact that you're willing just to go out in any conditions and just to do the mileage is the big one.
One of the big things you need to work on is the mental side of things, especially boat race. It's such a mental thing.
Yeah.
And that if you, especially for the heads race, you're racing yourself.
Anyway.
You don't have anyone next to you pushing you or anything. So it's definitely something that you got to be very strong mentally to be able to push yourself through.
Push through it. Yeah. So, cool. Well, thanks, Mo. Yeah. Thanks for your time. As a fellow old Edwardians member, we're trying to pump a little bit of grassroots rowing here. So thanks for listening to our podcast. And for those embarking on the boat race journey, good luck.
All the best.
It's a good vibe. Cool shot, man. That should be awesome. Nice to